Am I live? Oh my god, finally. Oh my god. The heck? Wait, the heck? Wait, I can't open it on my other account. I know I'm live. Yes, live. Finally. Hello guys, welcome to nope. Just welcome because I'm live and finally after you can see where's my darling thing. I missed 13 days. I have not. My god, I will miss this. Oh my god, my precious tears. I haven't met. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry because my iPad is broken, so I need to. I've never idea why. It is sad stories, and it makes me can't open my iPad for 13 weeks. Well, but I got this, not this, loving memories. So we're ready. Oh my god, I'm so freaking. Oh my god, Wait, let me situate myself to be comfortable. Where is my spectacles? Because I'm trying to configure out my shrimp cans and oh, it's a disaster. Okay, let me be comfortable. And where is the so let's go. Wait, I'm not going to yet. What the heck, where is mine? Well, oh, there it is. Oh, here it is. Oh my god. Okay. We were really loving memories. I got it yesterday. Oh my god. And I'm so freaking I'm so freaking happy because only atmospheric and I am running out of resources to buy. So yeah, we will read it later. Yeah, which is like what 6 months more. Yeah, we can wait for a while, right? I'm patient. I'm nothing but patient. And I got this on. Yeah, I'm rambling, but you won't hear me ramble anymore. So let's continue. Haunted house entrance. What you see is a mottled wall with peeling paint. What you hear is the tick-tock of clocks out of sync with each other. The whole place seems to be exactly how you remember it from your childhood. The only difference being you can't help but lift up your head and take a peek at the side of Artem's face.
どうした?
Not expecting Artem to suddenly look your way, you panic when he met your gaze. No, nothing. I just feel everything in this haunted house has been done with care after the renovation. It was a random excuse you made. You did not expect Artem to take your excuse seriously and actually start thinking about it.
怖いならここを出て他のアトラクションにしようか。
Eh?
ここに入る前、オズカたちと話していただろう。ジェットコースターに興味があるようだったし。
We can go ride the roller coaster after this. We'll only be meeting up with Celestine at 5:30. We have lots of time. On top of that, the fun of a haunted house comes from it being immersive and scary. Though in truth you are neither immersed nor scared.
そうか。
Artem looks a bit confused as to why you insist on going through with the haunted house even though you appear scared. To answer that, the story will have to begin from when Celestine decided to take everyone out for the law firm's anniversary. Ooh. An hour ago. Theme park. Celestine, is this your idea of team building?
もちろんですね。土日はいつも混んでいるけど、平日はガラガラだから最高ですね。いつも机に向かって仕事したら息が詰まるでしょ。せっかくの遊園地なんだから楽しく遊びなさい。先輩、何から行きます？一緒にジェットコースター乗りましょう。
I'm open to suggestions. The roller coaster sounds nice.
これは全員一緒に行動する流れ？この人数でジェットコースターは厳しいんじゃ。
Suddenly, someone that doesn't seem like the type to enjoy roller coaster rides flashes across your mind. Huh. You take a peek at Artem, who happens to look your way as well.
君たちで行ってこい。私はここで休んでいる。
Artem answers you before you even have a chance to ask him to go with you.
一人ここに残ってこっそり帰るつもりじゃないわよね。
先ほどクライアントから電話があった。できれば早めに対応したい。
今日は仕事は一切しないと約束したはずよ。
確かに約束したが、連絡が来たからには。
約束したわよね。
Celestine pulls Artem aside before she finishes the sentence. You may be mistaken, but you swear she glanced at you right when she did. Right. The look she gives you reminds you of what she talked to you about last night at work.
一つお願い事頼まれてくれない？
If it's within my ability to help, then sure. What is it?
明日の社員旅行、さきょももちろん参加するけど、あの性格でしょ？
Celestine sighed, evidently troubled.
私は大学の先輩だけど、ほら、彼懐いてくれないし、あなたにしか頼めないの。
So you want me to make sure he goes along with it? Consider it done. Suddenly remembering this, you ask Kiki for the parts pamphlet. You begin looking for rides that may help Artem relieve some stress. Roller coaster, pirate ship, haunted house. Oh, my dad took me to this haunted house when I was small. It's recently renovated. I wonder if it's scarier now.
そこに行きたいのか。
You are just about to share your childhood experience with Kiki when a low voice suddenly sounds next to you. Artem suddenly appears beside you, looking at the pamphlet in your hand.
お化け屋敷なら一緒に行こうか。
Again, Artem answers before you even have the time to think about how to ask him to join you. Are you serious?
私が行ったらまずいのか？
No, I'm just surprised.
決めたならさっさと行った行った。集合は5時半、忘れないでね。
Celestine also walks over.
楽しんできなさい。
Celestine again gives Artem a pat on the shoulder and smiles at you slyly before dragging Kiki away. Haunted
この洋館が吸血鬼の屋敷の入り口です。お足元を気をつけてください。お二人はカップルですか？お似合いですね。
It wasn't until now that you suddenly realized how you and Artem appeared to others by yourself together.
ありがとうございます。よそ見するな。足元を見なさい。
Huh? Oh, right. You lower your head and follow behind Artem, trying to hide your burning cheeks from him. Next act. Haunted house. It's like a medieval castle. Inside the haunted house, the dark and narrow hallway is only lit by wavering candlelight. You shine the flashlight you got from the staff at the walls and realize the illusion of flickering candlelight is created by pulsing LEDs. So they are fake after all. I totally got fooled when I was small.
木製の廊下に本物の火は危険だ。消防法違反になる。
Thinking about regulations while being in a haunted house, I'm amazed. Aren't you afraid at all?
中の様子は想像通りだ。怖がる理由がない。
You are a bit disappointed to have your tiny hope of seeing Artem frightened totally and utterly extinguished. Your expectation, does that mean that this is your first time in one? A sense of forlornness flashed past his face. He seems to have been reminded of something, but he doesn't answer you immediately. Yeah, I want to see his sad face. I want to see his sad face. Oh my god.
初めてだな。
He seems to want to say something more, but he only glances at you and then turns the flashlight back to the front.
君はお化け屋敷は怖いか？ここは初めてではないのだろう。
You wanted to say that you're not scared, but if none of you were scared, then what was the fun in being in a haunted house? Celsin did task you with making sure that Artem enjoys himself today after all. You decide to get into your role properly. It still scares me every time. If you act like you are really scared, would the experience be more entertaining to him?
そうか。
Artem asked softly, his azure eyes gazed at you calmly.
私に気を使わなくてもいい。私がお化け屋敷を選んだのは。
He paused briefly before changing the topic.
ジェットコースターより君がここに来たがっていると思ったからだ。
You take a peek at Artem. The soft candlelight has washes away his usual indifference, adding a touch of warmth and allure to his face. He's here because of you. I'm serious. The renovation really turned things up a notch.
君が楽しければそれでいい。この先でキャンドルの火が途絶えている。何かありそうだな。
While he speaks, Artem takes a step in front of you with his arms slightly open to shield you from whatever comes up.
私の後ろにいろ。少しは安全だ。
Oh my god. Maybe it's because of the location, but the Artem today seems much more amiable. However, Artem cares not for the haunted house at all. Even so, he still cares about how you feel. This strengthens your resolve to make sure that he has as much fun as you do. If I'm right, the jump scare will only trigger when I step on the correct floor panel. Hopefully memory still serves me. You pretend to trip over something, then you steady yourself by putting a foot forward, stepping on a particular floor panel. Not caring about your image at all, you scream your lungs out as soon as you feel your foot getting caught by the hidden trap.
何をしているんだ。
Yet, Artem doesn't seem shocked nor feel humored by your reaction at all. I got frightened by the skeleton that came from below. You stammer or lie.
さっきからあの床の隙間を見ていたし、そこにギミックがあると知っていたんじゃないのか？
Oh my god!
それに、つまずいたのもわざとだろ？
Was my acting that bad or are you way too perceptive?
なぜ怖がるふりをする？
After a moment of hesitation, you decide to tell him what you're really thinking. There's a saying, frightened guests are also part of the fun in the haunted house. You obviously find it boring, so I thought I could do something to make you feel more immersed.
私のために？
Yeah. You lower your head in embarrassment, but soon hear a soft chuckle. Mr. Wee, after you activate the mechanism, the candles in the corridor light up once again. You raise your head and see Artem's features illuminated in the darkness. His ocean-like azure eyes glimmer in candlelight like water ripples. You can't help but find yourself enchanted by them.
私のことは気にするな。むしろ、面白いと思う。
It is obvious that to you that he threw that line in a last second to replace the words he almost blurted out. Next act. You do mean the haunted house, right?
そうかもしれないな。
It was not a definitive answer, but seeing as he didn't wish to explain, you knew better than to pursue it. You and Artem continue forward. There are only few traps and the sound of bad winds flapping along the way to remind you where you are.
五条の廊下を過ぎた。この先はおそらく謎解きに欠かせない場所。吸血鬼の秘密の部屋だ。
Huh? How did you know what's ahead?
入り口の地図を見た。
You have photographic memory or something?
そこまでじゃない。ここの内部構造を大雑把に把握しただけだ。足元に気をつけて。
Right. Artem lights the way for you with the flashlight. You soon find yourself inside the vampire room. Artem suddenly stops and tries to light up the surrounding with the flashlight. There's some kind of sound. Mr. Ring, listen. You lift up your own flashlight as the light's casting angle changes. The shadows of the painting hanging on the wall come alive. The paint on the paintings are cheap, making the portraits look both eerie and demonic. Mr. Wing, look, a skeleton just come out of that desk clock. Matching the clattering of the skeleton's bones, azure flames suddenly rise up from the ground. That's some impressive use of video projection. The flames look so real.
こういうの好きそうだな。
Oh my god. When I was small, I was so scared that I kept my eyes glued to the ground. I didn't even know there were so many things to check out.
そうか。なら今後、他のお化け屋敷も行ってみるか。
Huh? The shrill screams of some monster suddenly blast out from a small speaker hidden in a corner. You are taken aback by the terrifying scream, but you feel something warm supporting your body from the back.
大丈夫か？
It's Artem. You steady yourself and find his arm around your wrist. around but not actually touching your wrist as if he's purely doing it instinctively to protect you. It's the way.
なんだ
You lift up your head, not expecting to see him beaming at you softly. You hold back what you were going to see, not wishing to risk ruining the moment.
どうかしたか
When you are still pleased by his rarely shown smile, he suddenly teases. You snap back, but he has already returned to his regular poker face. The smile you saw just now almost seems like a fantasy. No. You take a deep breath, calming your rapid heartbeat. I'm just wondering what the vampire secret is supposed to be. Next act. Haunted house. You're about to inspect your surroundings for a second time when the flashlight in your hand dies. Battery set. Artem's flashlight had died at the same time as yours.
入場時に配る懐中電灯ならスタッフがコントロールできる可能性もある。プラスに慣れた頃に懐中電灯が使えなくなったら怖がる人もいるだろう。だが炎もあるし大丈夫だ。吸血鬼の秘密とやらを探そう。
As soon as he finishes the sentence, the projected flames die. You are suddenly plunged into a total darkness. Is also part of the experience? I don't remember this part. Was it added after the renovation? The unexpected surprise and the anticipation of something new makes your heart leap to your throat.
違うだろうな。換気も音も止まった。きっと停電だ。
Besides you, Artem's voice is still as calm as ever.
むやみに動くな。スマホを照明代わりにしよう。ほどなく暗さにもなれる。
I think so. Once your eyes have adapted to the darkness, you can make out Artem standing in front of you. You fumble your phone and break the screen. The screen comes alive for a mere second before going dark completely. The heck! I forgot to charge it last night. I was going to borrow Kiki's power bank, but I completely forgot. Mr. Wing, it's up to you. Upon hearing that, Artem suddenly falls silent. When he finally speaks, you can detect a hint of embarrassment in his voice.
私のスマホは手元にない。
Why? What? Wasn't he just on his phone outside with a client?
スマホと車のキーはみんな財前に持っていかれた。私を仕事から遠ざけるためと言ってな。
Seeing him out of his element for the first time, you can't help but burst out in love. Yeah, I would love to.
笑うな。壁に沿って歩くぞ。ほら。来る途中の廊下に小さな窓があった。あそこから光が入ってきていたから、そこまで行こう。はぐれないように手を引いて歩くぞ。いいな。
Oh, okay. You answered without actually comprehending what he meant, merely wanting to find some form of comfort in the darkness. With that, he takes your hand into his. Only now do you realize that he had asked just to be polite so that he wouldn't take you by surprise.
ゆっくり歩きなさい。
You are being extremely careful of where you're stepping. The warmth from his palm is like an anchor for your heart, steadying you. However, your following steps cruelly shatters this peace of mind. As you fall into the unknown abyss, you hear Artem's frantic cry. Everything happened too fast for you to realize what has transpired, but it seems like you and Artem have fallen into a tight space.
怪我はないか
Before panic has time to set in, you hear Artem's voice by your ear and feel him beneath you. No, I think. How about you?
平気だ入り口の地図に吸血鬼の棺がある場所が書かれていた私たちは多分その棺の中に落ちたのだろう開けられるか試してみるじっとしていなさい
Alright. You feel him putting a hand on the back of your head to protect you, and then you hear the hinges creak. The coffin lid opens up, and the sudden influx of light blinds you. When your eyes have finally adapted again, you realize you are essentially on top of Artem. Despite being extremely shy and embarrassed, it does afford you the rare chance of looking down at Artem from this angle. A few strands of moss hair lie in between his brow. Below his brow ridges, his long and dense eyelashes gently quiver.
電気が復旧したようだな怪我はないか
I'm fine.
待て
Artem suddenly pushes your head back down. The other hand that has been holding open the coffin lid slips a bit.
すまない蓋が少し重くてな
He frowns and then pushes the coffin door open again. However, his left hand remains on the back of your hand. The tip of your nose rubs against the collar of his shirt. Ticklish. That's about the only sensation you can consciously feel. Because all of your other senses are completely confounded from the heat and warmth from the palm of his hand. Yeah. Artem freezes for a brief second as if suddenly noticing your reaction. Burning candlelight flickers in his eyes of azure blue, and his sparks would easily ignite your coral red cheeks.
とりあえずここから出るぞ
You force yourself to focus on getting out and reluctantly pull yourself away from that beguiling atmosphere. Only now do you notice that you seem to be back where you started out. The same room by the entrance. Wait, it's just decorated in similar fashion. You watch as Artem suddenly walks to the coffin from before and retrieves something resembling a silver pendant. A pocket watch? Artem flips open the watch cover. A small strip of paper then falls right into his palm.
誓いを破ることを許してほしい今宵の終わりを告げる時こそこの永遠なる命の最後の時暗い生の中君だけが私の光だった
He recites the poem written on the strip of the paper. The vampire's secret. It was something you had said just to divert Artem's attention. It is a secret that you did not expect to actually uncover. So this is his secret. Sounds like there's a beautiful but sad story behind it.
時計の中に肖像画が刻まれている
Wow, that's him. He's quite dashing. Standing beside Artem, you carefully study the picture in the pocket watch with him under the light. Suddenly, you heard the distinctive click of a camera shutters coming from somewhere in the room. At the same time, the power comes back on. Next act. Unsure of where the shortest sounds came from, you and Artem go through the entire haunted houses, now running with full power. You and Artem have then encountered the same shutter sound in some other rooms. There are probably orthophoto spots throughout the houses. Furthermore, you and Artem have also retrieved and pieced together the vampire's personal story, an unexpected achievement. As soon as you two leave the haunted house, you run into an employee with an apologetic expression. After apologizing for the power outage, he shows you a few pictures taken by cameras throughout the house. It was just as you thought.
撮影ポイントで撮ったものです。お好きなものをお持ち帰りいただけます。スマートフォンをお持ちでしたら画像のデータも転送できますので。
Don't mind me asking, but when did you edit? I don't remember having photos to choose from when I was small. The staff lost with an embarrassed look on his face.
前からありましたよ。あまり知られていなかったのですが。それに昔はスタッフも面倒がって説明しなかったことも多かったので。ですが、モッキーランドは訪れた人々に記念すべき日を過ごしてほしいと思っています。そのための撮影ポイントです。
So you did not get a picture of you and your dad when you were small because you wanted to save themselves from embarrassment. That's some roundabout logic. You are just about to chat with the staff some more when you hear Artem's voice coming from above you.
記念すべき日。
He repeats the same sentence. His face shows the same forlornness as when you first walked into the haunted house.
中の様子は想像通りだ。怖がる理由がない。
Your expectations? Does that mean that this is your first time in one? As you recall, Artem showed a bit of an emotional sway for a brief second on both occasions. Could this place hold some significance to him? In the end, you decide to keep the question to yourself. Artem's back to his usual self in the next second.
この写真を持っていくか。
Huh? Your mind goes blank the second he unexpectedly calls out your name. Probably not. I can imagine how stupid I look in those photos.
わかった。今はいいです。ありがとうございました。
Artem nods at the staff in appreciation. The latter puts away the photo and then leaves. Not at the moment. What is it, Artem?
どこかでコーヒーでも飲んで休もうか。
A break already? We're not going to the next attraction.
そのつもりだが。その靴で随分歩いただろう。足が疲れるんじゃないか。
You look down at the pair of heels you wear when commuting to work. No need to fear, this pair of shoes is pretty comfy. I'd be fine even after running around this park for an entire day.
では、私が疲れたということで。
Only after seeing the awkward expression on Artem's face does your sluggish brain finally process that he's trying to show concern for you. Everything that happened inside the haunted house flashes across your mind in an instant. Come to think of it, I know of a coffee shop right by here, and I could use a cup of coffee.
ああ。
Coffee shop. Thankfully, it is a weekday today, so you don't have to queue up at the shop and are also able to find a good seat. While waiting for the coffee, Artem leans against the sofa, turning his head to the view outside. Following his gaze, you can make out the haunted house in the distance. The question you were hesitant to ask now occupies your mind again. Moji theme park and its haunted house. Could they really mean something to Artem? After making up your mind, you decide to stop beating around the bush. I noticed you keep looking at the haunted house. Did something happen in the past? Artem shoots your surprised look. When I asked you if it was your first time at the haunted house, you had a strange look on your face. As well as when we came out the haunted house and met the staff.
気にするな。何もない。
Really? It's okay if you don't want to talk about it. I'm just worried about you. Because you seemed a bit sad. You glance at Artem, unable to finish the last half of the sentence. Then the coffee arrives. Just when you think that Artem is going to avoid the question again, he speaks.
子供の頃を思い出しただけだ。
Ooh, nice act. Coffee shop.
子供の頃を思い出しただけだ。
Childhood. He lifts up the cup. The bittersweet aroma of the coffee wafts into the air.
小さい頃、両親は仕事が忙しかったから、こういう場所に来る機会はなかった。中学に入る頃、私が指示した教授がステラ大学に来た。両親と親しかったから、よく私の相手をしてくれた。
You mean Professor Neil Hume, right? I had his class. He was really nice and kind, taking us out to barbecue all the
そう
time.
か。あの人はいつもそうだ。
Artem sips the coffee and then puts the cup down.
よく私の相手をしてくれたが、出かけることはほとんどなかった。ある夏休み、自分にとっての記念すべき日はいつか、1週間以内に考えろという宿題を出された。
Sounds like an essay topic.
ああ、私もそう思ったよ。1週間で私はいろんなことをやってみて、最終日に20ページの作文を書いた。それを渡したら、あの人は大声で笑ったんだ。このままじゃガリ勉になりかねないと。
You can't help but chuckle loudly. Artem glances at you, shakes his head helplessly, and then continues.
そうしたら、私は開園して間もないモッキーランドに連れてこられた。あの頃はアトラクションも今ほど多くはなかった。お化け屋敷はその少ないアトラクションの一つだった。先生はお化け屋敷はストレス発散になると言ったが、どうせ私の怖がる姿が見たかっただけだろう。
It sounds like you two were clues.
ああ。あの頃の私は幼かったし、こんな場所に来たこともなかった。だから、少し期待した。
The cloud suddenly moves in and casts a shadow on us. It may be the shadow, but you swear Artem's eyes have also dimmed in that instant. But you said that this is your first time to the haunted house earlier. What happened?
いや、ここまでは来た。先生は遊園地で力尽きるまで遊べと言った。それが子供にとって一番記念すべき日だと。だが、そういったそばから電話がかかってきたんだ。緊急な案件だったらしい。
Oh, that is so unfortunate.
そうだな。あの日そもそも出かけなければ残念とは思わなかっただろうが、 帰り道、先生はずっと謝ってくれて、私はまた今度連れてきてくれればいいと言った。
Artem sighs and then falls silent. Though neither of you avoided talking about Professor Hume, you do try to avoid talking about what happened to him. Professor Hume went missing.
もう忘れたと思っていたが、まさかあの日のことを鮮明に思い出せるとはな。これもある意味記念すべき日なのかもしれない。
Artem smiles dryly, but you can hear a hint of sadness in his tone and see a vulnerable side of him that he has never shown. Before most people, he is always the untouchable Artem Wing without any weaknesses. You've never thought about what made him this way or why he has to build that impregnable wall between him and everyone else.
でも、先生も間違っていたと今思う。私は何か特別なことをしたとしても、その日を記念日にしたいと思ったりしない。大切な人がそばにいれば、毎日だって記念すべき日だ。
Artem smiles a little, and there's a kind of warmth flooding in his beautiful azure eyes. He gazes out far into the distance, so you cannot tell what Artem is thinking. You are sure that he is feeling happy and content now.
今日はありがとう。
Mr. Wing, I...
もう、お化け屋敷にいないと思ったら、こんなところにいたのね。
Celestine? Click cracking her heels, Celestine comes up to your table.
スマホと車のキーを返しに来たのよ。お邪魔だった？
She puts Artem's phone and car keys on the table and waves her hand at us.
じゃあ私はこれで。楽しんでね。集合時間に来なくても大丈夫だから。
With that, she takes off, leaving you and Artem staring at each other awkwardly. After a brief moment of uncomfortable silence, Artem suddenly beams at you.
もう休憩は十分だろう。遊ぼうか。
Alright. You and Artem went through all the attractions in the park before Artem drove you home. Though exhausted, you had such a great time today. On your bed, before sleep claimed you, your mind is still occupied by everything about him. How he gently smiles at you, how he worried about you, how he led you in the darkness, as well as the poem he hinted at. You looked the poem up and found a stanza that hits a chord with you. So well it were to love, my love, and cheat of any laughter, the death beneath us and above, the dark before and after. Is he saying what you think he is saying? Theme park. Artem parked his car at a nearby parking lot. He checks his watch. There is still half an hour before the park closes. He still has time. He hurries toward the haunted house.
すみません。昼頃の写真はまだもらえますか？
He asks, hoping that the theme star from earlier still remembers him.
あ、はい。まだお写真は残ってますよ。
The staff heads into the small room. When he comes out, he hands Artem an envelope.
写真は全部この中に入ってます。データはモッキーランドのアプリをインストールすれば直接ダウンロードできます。今はいいとおっしゃっていたので念のために取っておいてよかったです。もしかして彼女さんの気が変わりました？
本に来ます。私が記念に欲しかったので。
記念すべき日を過ごせたようで何よりです。
Artem's residence. Ooh. Artem shakes the photos in the envelope and then takes out the one with the vampire's cockpit. In the picture, he's holding the pocket watch with her standing by his side. The two look close and intimate together. He smiles and places the photo into the photo frame on his desk, which had served as an empty decoration. Everything is the same, yet it is also isn't. The one constant is that every day with her is a day to remember. The heck, Artem!
私だ。邪魔したか。こんな時間に申し訳ないが、君に礼を言いたかったんだ。今日は楽しかった。しかし、ジェットコースターは遠慮する。あれは苦手だ。まったく、ネクタイがずれるからじゃない。スーツで遊びには行かないことにする。どこか行きたいところはあるか。私が連れて行こう。最近仕事詰めだったお詫びだ。どこでもいい。君は私に遠慮しすぎている。君がどこに行きたいか聞いているんだ。すぐに思いつかなくてもいい。ゆっくり考えてくれ。口調が硬い。気分を害したなら謝ろう。すまない。そうだな。私はあまり女性と外出する約束をしたことがないから勝手がわからないんだ。相手が君ならなおさらか。少し時間がかかるかもしれないが頑張ってみる。そうか、確かに君とよく話せばそのうちこういう会話にも、なれるかもしれないな。いいだろう。君との連絡を日課に加えよう。明日からでも。もう眠そうだな。すまなかった。いい夢を。
Hey, Artem. Okay, let me get this. Oh, my ass chips. All of the ass chips. Alright, so. Oh, the picture. I think maybe like a lab. I've already